Josh Neighbors, College Countdown with us on 365 Sports. Josh, I am going to go to Dallas tomorrow. I wasn't scheduled to, but if John Mateer plays in this game and Oklahoma wins, I will be asking for a sample of his blood so that we can take it to science and figure out how his bones heal faster than everyone else's. It is wild.
Didn't the doctor go to the message boards, which we love, and say that was this the time frame that he gave, or is it beyond that?
He said it was when he went and said those things, and then like the message boards just started treating him as a hero.
Right.
Like the surgery went really well, and he could be on the shorter end of the timeline, which would be like 3 to 4 weeks. So he's 17 days or 18 days now out of surgery. So that's pretty
he's
impressive.
21. Yeah, he is 21. It's like, but I guess also, I mean, I don't know, it could be genetics, but like pro athletes usually have a pretty good job, a pretty good chance coming back early sometimes, just because like they've got so much access to good medicine. And did you, by the way, the best part about this was Pete Thamel last night, the all-time no update. He's like, Jackson, or he said, Mateer is on track to try and play. He might not play. He is listed as questionable. Nothing told me anything about anything in that.
Yeah,
it's like,
didn't change anything until
he's hurt. We know he's going to give it a go. We know he might not play. We also know. Like, then, what in the world?
Then an hour later, they released the injury report, and he's probable. So it's like it's mind blowing.
We all know he's playing. Like
he's playing. It's like now this is like I think maybe like because what happens a lot of times they'll leak news to someone like Thamel. Yeah. Thamel will that person will put it out, and then they're gonna kind of gauge, what the thing is, and then Thamel put that out, and they're like, well, the way he put that,
ridiculous.
I think
Also, just on this, do you think John Mateer's like great? I think he's good. I don't know if he's like. Yeah, I think John Mateer might be the Oklahoma of quarterbacks. Like Oklahoma's beaten Auburn, who's not good, and Michigan, who I think is like decent, like pretty good. But like I don't, and I know nobody's barnstorming amazing this year, but like John Mateer doesn't blow me away. Oklahoma's good; they don't blow me away totally, and I feel like he is the quarterback version of his team, and vice versa. But like they're really good, and I guess tomorrow they have a chance to prove that they're great. Because say what you want about Texas, 3-2, but they've got like top level talent. They're just not playing like it, but that would be really impressive, especially to do that. But I just don't know if he's great. I think he might be good, and he can't be great.
I'm a big John Mateer fan. I liked him last year at Wazoo, and I think that it's going to be one of those things that. Winds up looking amazing if it does, and not, it's going to be like, oh crap, did we really risk him for this one game? And here's the other thing, and I'm not sure Oklahoma realizes this or their fans realize this. And look, having your lead assassin back to maybe put Texas in the gray for the year is a great thing.
Cool.
But it's a different era now. Texas has already lost a couple of games. Their season is done if they lose to Oklahoma. Oklahoma can lose this game, get John Mateer back completely healthy, lose one more, and still be potentially in the SEC title game.
So, Paul, as people that pay like a really close attention to college football, like, and I'm in SEC country, and obviously, I was in Big 12 country for a while, but the SEC is very NFL. Like, it's really, and like the thing about it is like there are everybody's good, so it's going to be hard to be perfect. There are going to be some head-scratching results from time to time, but like good teams, whenever they gotta have it in the NFL, like they just win. You know what I mean? Like it's like the Ravens are 0-2. Oh my god! And it's like by I believe Christmas last year they were in front of the division.
Yeah,
right. Like they won the division that with a week or so left. It's like that kind of, to me, is what we're looking at here. So like tomorrow, I fully expect Texas to bounce back, just because they don't have a Power 5 win yet, and I think at 3 losses, I think they could make it. But like this is one of those where it's going to be a good hit list in the resume. So you need to start actually building a resume this far into the year, and also I think like Texas is one of those teams where, like, form matters. Like if they're 9-3, it's like they beat the hell out of A&M or they look really impressive. It's like not only are they're borderline, but they look like a top 12 team, and so they'll get in. And I'll be honest, SEC, whatever. I actually enjoy the NFL-ification of the SEC. Like it is. I look down the SEC slate tomorrow, and there are like 5 really compelling games.
Mm-hmm.
And like Auburn, like it's a great rivalry hosting Georgia. LSU, South Carolina. Man, Lenore Sellers couldn't run against Missouri and ripped them in half just from the pocket. And like it was a compelling, fun game. And so I kind of like the SEC of it. The Big Ten's not like that, right? Like you can't survive bad losses in the Big Ten and not be in the Big Ten title game. In the SEC, you can survive it, but yeah, like I think it's exciting tomorrow because like Texas is like a desperate NFL team, and I can't wait to see what it looks like.
Well, and look, I think Texas losing last week, and then like Penn State losing 2 in a row, Clemson being where they are, Texas has the opportunity to stave off what happened to those other 2 right now.
Right,
they have the opportunity. The other 2 are done; they're cooked. Like Penn State can win the rest of them, and they're not going to get the benefit of the doubt because of the UCLA loss. They're just not. And to that end, I don't think they will win the rest of them. I think that there's something going on there. But when I agree with you on the way that, and I think that the Big 12 was already kind of like that.
It was already like that. Yeah,
it was already like that.
But they didn't have the margin for error SEC schools have when it comes to the playoff now, right?
Exactly. But like the Big 12 is just like, it's just such a ping pong match of how close you are to each other. Now, one more SEC game that I know that you are heavily invested in as a Mizzou Tiger. This Alabama game is really interesting to me. At home, Mizzou's played really well. Bo Pribula really fits there. He's been fantastic. Ahmad Hardy is maybe one of the best transfer portal stories ever, and was a 0-star recruit and all these different things. He's kind of the Josh Allen of running backs, all of that. They're getting everything they want out of their skill guys. Their offensive line's good. Their defense has been not dominant, but good. Like they make plays when they need to. Like they're not. You don't have to worry.
They're not as good as they have been in the last few. I mean, they don't have the guys up front. I mean, they're good, but like it's kind of an older Missouri team where like the strength is linebacker. Like Trotter, like that, like and that to me, Shane Ray and Kentrell Brothers and Michael Sam, like Nick Bolton, like this is a program that like is usually built at the linebacker, and they've had really good pass rushers come through. I think it's an awesome matchup. I really think it's a fun game.
It's really gonna be a fun game. Ty Simpson's playing well. Jam Miller's back. Like this is one thing where both teams are pretty loaded for bear, and Mizzou could really kind of rewrite their story or start to write the story as people see it if they can get a win. And it's at home. I mean, I picked Alabama in the game because it's hard to pick against what Ty Simpson's doing right now. But if Mizzou comes out and wins this thing, it should shock 0 people.
Yeah, Ty Simpson had a throw last week the Florida State game, he was bad. Like he was really just behind. And it looked really difficult for their offense. And last week, how that laboring that Alabama's offense had, that was Vanderbilt's defense. It actually, I thought their defense looked really, really good, but they just couldn't get off the field. And Simpson had a throw where he ran to the left, stopped his feet, and just popped it. And it was he's got it now. Mm-hmm. Like the guy is in command. I think there's kind of a few things working here. Bama's on a really difficult run, and they had to work last week for that Vanderbilt win too. Vanderbilt did test them; they were up and ready for that game. And I think really Pavia is what cost them because he was just bad in the red zone. But they played Georgia tough. Vanderbilt, that was a tough game. They've got Tennessee next week. They're in the middle of a tough run here, and either they could just be the surging force. Or there could be some stumble along the way. If they lost a close game tomorrow, I don't know how different we'd feel about Alabama, right? Because maybe next week against Tennessee, third Saturday in October, we assess them differently. But this is a difficult run, and I have a tough time seeing them come out unscathed. And Missouri's obviously is had time to prepare for it, and they have not had no really difficult contests. They don't play it. And Kansas pressed them a little bit, but the numbers in that game say Missouri dominated. And so I think Missouri's going to win, not because I'm a Mizzou Tiger, but because I just think it's one of those spot games. It's this team's playing a bunch of hard games in a row, and this team really needs it and it's coming off a bye, and has a chance to make a statement, and they're at home. It kind of favors that team, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, no, those are these things. I promise you that Kalen DeBoer and his coaching staff are could we have just gotten another week? before we played a team like this.
Yeah.
Because it's not there's
By the
nothing
way, where are his haters now? I mean, that was so stupid. I mean,
okay.
He's
First of all,
coach.
It's because we don't know as a college viewing public how to judge season to season anymore. So Kalen DeBoer is done because a team that was 2-10 a year ago lost to them. But okay, the NFL-ification of everything, because this is how it's going. Well, in the NFL, look, the Eagles lost last night. The Giants got rolled by the Giants.
Yeah.
And they're the defending Super Bowl champs. They're kind of in a bad way right now. But 2 years ago, remember they had won the Super Bowl.
They wanted to fire Sirianni last year.
Yeah, they wanted to fire Sirianni part of the way through the year because he closed out 2023 bad. Like they went on this losing streak. They didn't start out like super hot last year. And then all of a sudden, well, yeah, they've lost their offensive coordinator. The one he hired maybe isn't the best one, which is the same exact thing that happened after they won the first time.
Yeah.
So like those coordinators leave. And then or they went the first. So like they do all that. They go to the Super Bowl and everybody's freaking out about the Eagles. Well, look, maybe the Eagles don't repeat this year and they don't get very far in the playoffs, or they don't, do that. But guess what? They're a good organization. They're a good organization.
Yeah.
They'll figure it out in a year. Well, I'm not trying to toot Florida State's horn here, but they were 13-0. Every possible thing that could have went wrong. And they have a good organization with Mike Norvell. And while they're not completely back, they're backer than they would have been in any normal college.
They brought an old quarterback and an old coach who knows what he's doing, Gus Malzahn, and they've got good access to talent.
So Kalen DeBoer's not done. He just lost to a team that was ready to go. And things can change that much. And so we don't, as a viewing public, we don't get it, right? We don't get it the same way, because it used to be like, oh, we lost a team that was 2-10 last year. Well, let's see what that team is at the end of this year before we say that's a terrible loss.
Well,
or what they are halfway through the season,
I think and that's why I love talking to you, Paul, is we always tackle this big picture stuff well, but I think what people have to understand is that college football fans for decades have been reacting to games because we used to have a situation where they voted on the national champion, right? They used to, and then they had two teams that made a championship game, and then four, and even that's such a small number that get to compete for it. So every game has been so paramount, and they only play 12 of them. So everybody's just like, I throw myself off the bridge because the team lost? It's like, no, just it's like, should we stone Arch Manning in public? And I'm like, maybe not, because he is still I wouldn't be shocked if he's playing better and good by the end of the year. Well, you just got to give time.
If their offensive line starts playing better, he'll be fine.
Those guys need to be. I need to have a conversation with them.
Yeah, exactly. So
good Lord,
it's weird. And what gets me is that a lot of this narrative comes from the people who should know this of college football.
I think they do. I think we set the narrative knowing this was going to happen, just so we could be like, what a bust.
Yeah, but they also love to they know they shouldn't. They like to chase the headline and not the actual story. Right. The headline is always ridiculous. And then you read the story and you're like, well, I guess it's part of it. That's
Arch
why
Manning said this himself. He's like, I haven't played any games.
Yeah.
It's like, and the thing is, he started 5 games. 5. Yeah. And the thing about this is what's so frustrating is I have a lot of friends in my life who that kid sucks. And I'm like, he's playing poorly, but I'm like, Sark has not done him any favors because I don't think he's using his skill very well. The offensive line has not done him or Quintravion Meister any favors at all in big moments. And Texas is actually a pretty decently well built team, but they're just not playing well. And that I think we have to understand that, as opposed to, and look, I know we saw him in Warby Parker commercials to start off the year in the first game. That is a bit much. And look, he deserves some credit because he's getting paid pretty high. That's fine. But I think he'd be the first person to tell you, he's like, yeah, I'm not playing great right now. Yeah. I think he's the first person to tell you. And here's the thing, he might get better. We watched it happen to a million quarterbacks.
Yeah.
All the time.
We also happened to Ty Simpson in a week. A week?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Well, it's I remember when Kansas State kept trying to play Will Howard. And it didn't work.
Yeah.
And then when it played, and I've told you this a million times, but when it went well, everybody to a man, coaches, players, him, it slowed down for me. And guess what? He just got older. That's all it was. He sucked a lot and got older. It's like, oh, that's how not to do it. I'm learning how to do it.
Yeah.
And that just happens. It happens at different rates for different guys. For Ty Simpson, happened in a couple weeks. For Arch Manning, might take longer.
Yeah, it's crazy, but we chase the headline and not the story. Like,
yes, I 100% agree.
Yeah, and I blame you. What I blame tickers on the bottom of screens.
Did you read the New York Times story / Athletic, the one they put out this week?
Yeah,
like the point was pretty like solid. It's like this is the first guy who's been treated he's almost treated like Zion, but he's in college. So he hadn't actually done anything. Like even Zion Williamson had those amazing dunk mixtapes, right?
Yeah.
Arch had, they're like, oh, look at these, little toddlers he's playing against in two-way football. And the thing is, it's like, yeah, he's not playing well. And he was treated like a massive commodity before. But like to call it a bust, an out and out bust, is ridiculous to imply that. And it was just asking the question. And I think the article came to the conclusion that, no, not yet. He's just not playing well. But like, it's not over for him. We should stop acting like it is.
Yeah. Also the fact that he is now in his third year at Texas and is now just starting also tells you in this, like, look, we watched Dylan Gabriel get kind of pushed out at Oklahoma for Jackson Arnold, right? They could have pushed Quinn out. They could have said, hey, we all know in this building it's time for Arch Manning. And so as much as we love you, like, go take $5 million and go to Notre Dame or whatever you're going to do, go to that open spot, like go cash in on your success that you've had here. But we really want to start Arch, and it's not going to be you. You can stay if you want, but Arch is going to be the starter. They could have done that. They could have very well done that, and they didn't. And they didn't for a reason, because they knew, like you just said, he was playing 2A football, and they wanted to give him time to adjust to the fact that, like, there is a jump from 2A football to freaking Texas.
And they put him in a Georgia game last year, I think, just to give Georgia another different look, and it went terribly. Right? They went terribly. And, the flip side of this, Trinidad Chambliss played in D2.
Yeah.
And he shows up, and they put him in the game, and guess what? It's going great because the guy he's lost. He's won a national championship. He's old, and he's like, I know what winning football for me looks like, and I know what I need to do. And like just kind of understanding the assignment, like that takes time. And just there's numerous examples of it. Like he might not end up being good, but I would not be surprised at all if he ends up being really good.
Oh yeah. Let's not put out the fire before there's a fire, right?
Like, transfer to UTEP? No.
Exactly. Josh Neighbors, College Countdown. Josh, have a good one tonight. We'll see you next week.
MIZ.
There we go. Josh Neighbors, College Countdown. We do big picture stuff in that segment.
You do.
Yeah. It's been a very good, fruitful relationship. We love having Josh on the show, and hopefully nobody gets motion sickness this time.
I think he held it under control.
Yeah, he held it under control. When we come back,
Carnival.
The Carnival. Oh my gosh. See, I wanted to pause for suspense there. The Carnival. Andrew Valade's Carnival. He is he's the ringmaster. This, I guess that would make it a circus.
Nonetheless.
I'm the Carnival Barker. Here we go. It's the Carnival right after this.